everybody, MDpolo here at Range USA in Carmel, Indiana, and today with a treat. For me and for many people, a grail gun, and this is the H&K SP5 PDW. Absolutely amazing with an SRO from Trigicon on top. We're shooting MagTech 115 grain, 9mm of course, and we're not at the range alone today. So we're gonna see how we do. Pow. Let's see what I can do with this. 4 shots. What a soft shooter, good Lord. Ow. I pulled that one. A lot of smoke to go through. Oh, I pulled that one. All right, whoa, what a flinch. Empty. This is so smooth to shoot. It's unbelievable. Wow. Let me turn you around. That's 15 yards. That's kind of 16 yardish. 15 rounds. And there it is. Not bad. And a lot of times people like to know exactly what I'm shooting, and it was MagTech, I'm sorry. I don't know if I said Fiocchi or MagTech, and that is 9mm 150 grain. I got people on that side about 5 lanes down and nobody on this side except a wall. So here it is. And we'll go to the tabletop. But what a gun. H&K SP5 PDW. Let's go to the tabletop. All right, everybody, we're back from the range with the H&K SP5 PDW. What a pistol. Unbelievable, let me tell you. It's not often do I walk off the range with a huge smile on my face going, wow, that was amazing. And I did with this. Normally my videos are 25, 27 minutes long, and YouTube tells me that by then about 80% of you are gone, which is fine. But that means that if most of you are hanging out for the first 5, maybe 10 minutes of the video, I like to show you something right up front so it's not missed or lost in the video. And that is a little accessory that is factory made, YouTube, and that is that gives you the ability to fine-tune your SP5 in accordance to the type of ammo that you're shooting through it or the type of accessories that you have attached to your SP5. And that is the locking piece, and we'll look at it in a second. I can't speak again. So there are 3 types of locking pieces that are inside or your bolt carrier group. Okay, so that'll be in there, and they look like this. If my hand's getting a little bit dirty, it's because it's been shot and I'm handling it. So this is the locking piece, and what it does is it regulates the amount of pressure that goes through the firearm because it is a roller delayed blowback system, operating system. So you can control the amount of pressure that is in the bolt carrier group based on the ammo that you're using and whether it's suppressed or not suppressed. So I thought that was pretty ingenious. And they make 3 of these. And they're differentiated by the angles, by the degrees. They have a 100 degree, an 80 degree, and a 110 degree. So let's go through what that means. Normally, they come new from the factory. What's inside of this right now is the 100 degree, which has 0 marking. So both sides would look like this. you can see there's going to be a difference in the angles, but there's no markings like you see on this one. There'll be no numbers. That means you have the 100 degree. Following that, you have the 80 degree, which is marked with number 28. I don't know why they didn't just put a 80 on it, since it's an 80 degree, but the 80 degree is marked 28. And then they have the 110 degree, and that would be marked with a number 16. Okay, so again, 110 degree, number 16, 80 degree, number 28, no markings anywhere is the 100 degree, and that's what comes stock. All right, so what do they mean? Why do you need these? So in general, the greater the pressure that you have being generated in your bolt carrier group, you need less angle for it to operate reliably and safely. So what these give you the ability to do is the 100 degree was designed, which comes standard with no markings, it was designed for regular common ammo, suppressed or unsuppressed, but you just go into your store and grabbing from the shelf a box of 110 grain or 128 grain, you're fine using the 110 degree that comes with your pistol. Okay, like I said, suppressed or unsuppressed doesn't matter. But if you are going to start using subsonic ammo, like 147 grain, 9mm, heavier loads than that, suppressed, you are going to want to change that to the 80 degree that is marked 28, like you see here. So this would be great suppressor and heavy ammo, 148 or 47 grains, things like that. All right. And then you have the 110 degree, and that's going to be used for ammo. Like it was very common in the 1980s, or if you're reloading ammo, anything that is very weak ammo, you're going to want to use the one that is marked 16. And again, it all has to do with regulating the amount of pressure inside of the bolt carrier group. Because if you're using 47 grain ammo, anything heavy or subsonic, and you keep the 100 degree that is standard from the factory, is going to be generating too much pressure, is going to be hitting very hard, and you're going to have excess wear and tear. So if you put it down, take that one out and replace it with a 28, then you're going to have less pressure. It's not going to be hitting as hard. Your gun is going to be more reliable and it's going to last longer. And to remove it, to change it, is very, very easy. We'll go through the whole thing, but it's easy to open this. And in the bolt carrier group, if it's facing away from you, you would just turn it to the left as it's facing away from you, and that whole piece comes out, and this is inside of there. You just pop it out, pop the new one in, put it back in, turn it, and you're done. So very easy to do. That's I thought a great piece of engineering, allowing you to fine-tune your firearm. So there it is. That's that. So now let's get into the video, into my thoughts on the SP5 PDW. So SP means sporting pistol, and PDW means personal defense weapon. So sporting pistol, personal defense weapon. Sporting pistol, why? Because originally this was, of course, designed for military use, police military use. And the version you see here, it is the one that was released to the public for civilian use, okay? So the military one was the MP5K, and the K is for Kurz, which is also short, means short for German. Now this particular gun was found at the Indiana Gun Club, and if you remember my video, if you're familiar with my video from the new H&K CC9, the 9mm micro, I couldn't find it anywhere, and I found it at the Indiana Gun Club. These I couldn't find anywhere local. I haven't seen them in any place locally. They found one at the Indiana Gun Club, so great place to stop by. Of course, in 9mm, it's a roller delayed blowback operating system, and it is so smooth. I mean, firing this thing, it was just like butter. So a great system. It comes with a 5.83-inch threaded barrel, and it has a tri-lug if you see here, it's got a tri-lug threaded quick detach suppressor adapter. So in YouTube, all this comes straight from the factory. So let me take this case out of the way so we can look at the pistol with more unimpeded detail. So 5.83-inch threaded barrel. The capacity on this from the factory, YouTube, you can get it with 5, 10, and 30 jelly beans that can be accepted. Okay, this is the 30 jelly bean. And that's what it looks like. To release it, you got the paddle release here. Sorry, trying to do it around the camera. Or if you don't like the paddle, on the right hand side, you've got a button. So pick your poison, whichever you prefer. All right, I'm going to let you walk around a little bit, take a look at it as I speak. The length on this, from here to here, is 13.8 inches. It's not very heavy, but it's not very light either. It comes in at 4 pounds. You can get it in black or you can get it in FDE. Manufactured, of course, in Germany. And it is suggested that it be 2,700, but they're very scarce. HK is not bringing them into the US in large numbers. So instead of the 2,700 jelly beans, maybe you can find them as high. I've seen them as high as 4,000. So of course your mileage is going to vary depending on where you are. So starting at the front, you've got metal sights, of course. In the rear, you got what's called the drum. And you can rotate it. You can rotate the drum, okay, depending on the aperture. See if you can see it. So they got different widths, and it helps you sight in your gun. Of course, they're metal, and you've got the post in the front. All right. On top, we got a Trigicon SRO, and the mount is also from HK. One thing that is very nice is that it's a steel frame. I like the way, I like the feel. It feels tremendously well made. Solid gun, steel frame. And what's nice is that it only requires the removal of 3 pins. You just punch them out, the 3 pins, and you can just disassemble it for cleaning, maintenance. So it's not a huge undertaking. And the handguard up here also, it is attached with just 1 pin. So it was designed, a lot of thought went into the design. These were designed to be out in the field, and they needed to be taken apart easily, and they achieved that for sure. Moving to the back, this part of it is polymer. So the grip area is polymer, okay? And moving to the back, here you've got a BNT telescoping brace, and the tail hook is a Model 1C. And just press the button, and out it comes. And as you can see, it's got the securing notches, so you can secure it according to the length you want on the brace. Okay, so very nice. This is metal. It matches very well the metal of the gun, and it's just very, very well made. I'm trying to be very careful here on what I say so I don't get destroyed by YouTube. Okay, we already talked about the control, the paddle mag release here, and also the button on the right hand side. And what a lot of people love to play with is the charging handle. So once your magazine is loaded, you can do the HK slap. It's hard to do it here with a... There you go. A lot of people buy these just so they can do that. And just to let you look more, it's just so well made. Everything is so well machined. You don't see any tool marks. Just a solid gun. Nice thing also, there's the safety. You have the safety here. Okay, y'all, sorry about that. You're gonna see a weird break, or you just saw a weird break in the video. Of course, sometimes it doesn't fail when I'm in the middle of recording a video and then the doorbell rings because UPS is delivering something that requires signature. So my apologies for that. I believe we were looking at the safeties and how it has an ambidextrous safety. So righties, lefties you can rejoice. You have full use here of the safety. So, and it's not intrusive. It didn't get in the way whatsoever when I was shooting. So it's all very good. Now, another thing that was fantastic is the trigger. It is so smooth, very short travel. HK lists the trigger weight at 6.7 pounds. I'm sorry, HK, but there's no way it's that high. I was doing a 5 pull average on this one with a trigger gauge that I have here, and it was pulling either at 4.75 pound on a 5 pull average. So it's very, very nice trigger, and as you can see, it is open and it is unloaded, and yes, it's kind of hard to do it around the camera here, but just gonna, that's your take up. That's your wall right there, and then it pulls. So very nice. There's a little bit of plastic feeling when you pull it, but out in the range, there was a non-issue whatsoever. So a very nice trigger. The trigger control group is something that is just encased nicely inside, well designed, but it's also not something that you can modify at all. Okay, it's not something you can turn into an automatic or into a burst, nothing like that. It is designed as a semi-automatic, and that's the way this has to stay. All right, so just to give you quicks, my likes and dislikes of the SP5 is I absolutely love it. It's got to be one of my top shooting experiences. I love how smooth it is, how accurate it is. The SRO is a great addition to it. It aids greatly in the accuracy of this pistol. The weight of it, how it sits on your shoulder, everything that I've experienced so far with this has been awesome. Now, as far as dislikes, well, as always, I give you my opinion and I tell you the truth. I haven't spent enough time behind it. This is nothing but initial impressions, but I have not spent enough time behind this to figure out or generate any dislikes. And that is the truth. Nobody's paying me to do this video, and HK doesn't even know that I'm on this planet. So I'm telling you the truth. I absolutely love it, and I haven't found any dislikes. So just to try to keep it short, and again, sorry about that pause, is what are my final thoughts? This is for sure one of my top 3 most fun shooting experiences that I've had. This is an amazing product, high quality, and of course BNT makes very high quality products as well, BNT out of Switzerland, and it's easy to carry. It's amazingly accurate. You saw in the shooting portion of the video at the beginning, it's very accurate, and that wasn't even my best group. I've shot a couple after that, and I just was able to get it tighter and tighter, and I was as far back as I can go in range USA, which is 25 yards. So amazingly accurate, built like a tank. It's got almost zero recoil. So I don't know, I think I can just go on and on to tell you how much I enjoyed and how much I like this. I think the last time that I walked out at the range with a big smile on my face saying, wow, that was pretty awesome, was when I made that video on the Smith & Wesson 500 revolver, and we were shooting the 700 grain. And I think I was laughing in the video just because that was so much fun. And this was up there. So if you can ever get your hands on a H&K SP5, especially PDW, I would definitely grab it. I know they're expensive, but it's one of those things that, you know, buy once, cry once, just have it and keep it forever. So thank you so much if you made it this far. I appreciate you sticking around. I would love to know your thoughts on this, especially if you own one, and what's been your experience with this. If I said anything that wasn't absolutely accurate, please let me know. For me, it's like revolvers. I'm learning about this type of firearm. It's not something that usually has been on my wheelhouse. So let me know what your thoughts are. And please remember that I upload every week over to Rumble. My videos automatically upload over there. I also have content on Instagram and on X. So I look forward to hearing from you. And until the next time, God bless.